The new government has announced free education for all.
It is a story about a man who did not give up on his dream. Oliver Litondo stars as Kimani Ng'ang'a Maruge, an ex-Mau Mau freedom fighter who dreamt of completing his basic education and goes back to school. Maruge passed on August 14, 2009, but the movie First Grader continues to tell his story even after his demise. Oliver Litondo, a journalist by profession, took over the lead role after the director of the film rejected Hollywood star Morgan Freeman among other top actors.
Producers and the director had looked around the world to find a character that would play, or somebody that would play Maruge, the likes of Morgan Freeman, whom they had auditioned, and they had rejected him. The director told me he went to diaspora, some of the Africans in London, for instance, and Europe, Nigeria, went to South Africa, but he did not see the person whom he thought would portray Maruge.
The entire movie was shot in Narok. It gave Oliver an opportunity to act with children and walk in Maruge's shoes.
Open your exercise books.
The kids at this school had never ever seen a movie camera. They had never seen a television. They had never even gone to a movie house to watch films. The whole community became part of the filming team. For me, it was an inspirational kind of moment, especially working with these children. Understand.
After the movie opened in London, Naomi Harris, a British actress who stars as Maruge's teacher, was asked by reporters about her experience working with non-professional children.
Well, it was more challenging. I was brought in 2 weeks before we started filming, and Justin wanted me to be introduced to the children as their teacher and not as an actress. So I was known as Teacher Jane. I had to have the Kenyan accent. I had to have some bits of Kiswahili in order to be able to communicate with them, because most of them didn't speak English that well. And I had to come up with lesson plans for 80 children, ranging from age 5 to the oldest was like 21. And that was incredibly challenging.
The movie also took up Kenyan star personalities such as Dan Churchill Dambuki and Michael Oyer. Litondo shares his experience with working with the stars.
I think my experience was wonderful, was happy. I was glad to work with Dambuki, who was a teacher, my teacher, but hated me. You know, he didn't want me to be at that school.
And after a taste of working with big star producers, does he think that the dream of the Kenyan film industry is still alive?
We can learn from people like the producers of The First Grader to make our own films, to tell our own stories, to build our own audience.
Oliver shares what he wants the world to learn from him.
You don't give up. That you insist, that you continue, that you determine your end, you determine your life, you determine where you want to be, where you want to go, and what you want to be.
What is that?
I was a prisoner. The British, they told us to be quiet. So we spoke very loud. Freedom! Freedom! Freedom!
What's going on here? An old man like him does not belong in a classroom full of children.
It's not many times that you get to meet an inspiration, a legend. We wish him success as the movie goes to open outside Kenya. I'm George Kariuki. You're watching eProfile on Citizen TV.